If you've ever wanted your footage to look like it was shot on real film with that organic grain, rich color depth, and that cinematic feel, then this video is right for you, because I am going to be reviewing the Dehancer plugin, a powerful plugin that is meant for color grading in Final Cut, Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, and even Capture One. So I was given 30 days to use this plugin by Dehancer, not paid for, not sponsored, but just go through it as a video editor and give my own honest review about how the plugin makes my editing and video output to be high quality, or if it's actually worsening my job. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you that experience firsthand, from installation, the key features, what you need to know about the plugin, and just the walkthrough, because it was just me going through it by my own self and then giving you that kind of an experience. So this video is good because it's going to help you. There's a discounted promo code that you can use, my name Mwenge. When you go to sign up and purchase this product, you'll be able to get a discount, and also I'll be able to get something in return for just making this video. Yes, so I'll be giving you that review in just a bit. Let's dive into that right away. So we're going to start with the installation. Installation is very simple, actually. It's not that difficult. Just come to the website itself. DaVinci, it's already looking so cinematic. It's giving you that cinematic feel. You'll be able to see that the softwares that they're supporting are here. And if you're using any of these softwares, we don't have CapCut. Sorry, CapCut guys. But we have all these other softwares that you can be able to benefit the full features of Dehancer, and it will be able to help you a lot. So we'll move to the product section, because that's where we need to know exactly what we are going to be integrating and just helping us with the work that you're doing. So we have Dehancer here, and Dehancer Pro has all this information. You'll be able to go through it and read by yourself, and then you can be able to see what's happening. So it's subscription based. You'll be able to go there and check individual, monthly. You want lifetime, you can be able to request for that lifetime. And then there is that annual one where you pay monthly, and there is, of course, the monthly one is slightly expensive, and then you have the annual one, which is just the monthly price point that is reduced. So you see, the monthly one is $29 per month, but if you go to the annual, you see it goes really like halfway. So there's a 50% discount on that, and you can imagine if you use my promo code Mwenge, it will be even slightly cheaper. So let's go to the downloads. Once you've already purchased your product, you come to the downloads and you choose the system that you'll be using. I will be using Final Cut because that's what I'm editing with nowadays of late. I've been using Premiere Pro and After Effects specifically for certain kinds of projects, but for this kind of video review, I'll be using Final Cut because I've realized that Final Cut has all these features. Yeah, but if also DaVinci has all the features, but if you come to Premiere and After Effects, there is those kinds of limitations. So because of that aspect, I'm going to use Final Cut and then go through that. So how you do that is just come Final Cut and go to each of these that you've already bought and you have the licenses for, and then you can be able to see show the product, and then you will download. And the usual ways of installing a software, a plugin into your Final Cut, into your Mac, your Apple device, that's what you follow, and then you just unzip, install. So after installation, you're going to be taken to that. I'm going to take you through Final Cut so you can be able to see. I'll just simply launch a project so we can be able to see. So I'll just give it a title. It's 1080 whatever, that resolution, so I just choose that for training purposes. I'm going to copy some footage. Actually, this footage, when you see this timeline, I've used that plugin and I was just testing it out. You can see how the feel is. You see how it was when it was filmed on S-Log. You will be able to see that it's actually really...
Takaful Insurance of Africa is all about care and connection. And when there's good news, like surplus sharing or important cover updates, it matters that every participant hears about it. Sometimes the only thing standing in the way is outdated contact details, and we need a little help to make that happen. That's where trusted partners make a real difference.
You see that it's really rich, any flat, but when it's having that grading, you will see that it's already rich in color. You will be able to see that. Of course, it's that kind of a cool effect, you know. We want to put that into the picture. You can achieve more. So I'll just take you through how we've done this. I'll just copy this footage and come over here, paste it over here, and take you through just a simple way that you can be able to use this plugin. Now you've already installed the plugin, you have to activate the plugin, and then you've already installed the plugin, you will find it in the effects section. You know where to find effects, and then just down here you'll find something called film emulation. This plugin is a film emulation, and that's very critical because it's not just color grading, it's trying to bring that classical film effect that you always wanted to aspire. You know, we are filmmakers at the end of the day. It's bringing that rich classical film effect that you need to know. Even the terminologies that they're using are slightly different from the usual ones that we use when you're doing color grading. It's taking you to that, you know, film classical days that you can be able to see. So it's an emulation, a film emulation plugin. So I've already installed, you've seen that the plugins are here. Now, once you've not, I'm just going to add an adjustment layer here so I can be able to apply the effect. So I'll just do this and go back. On the right side here, the bottom right side here, you'll see film emulations under effects, and you can see the plugins that I've already installed. So when I put my cursor there and then I choose the Dehancer Pro, you already see that it's already done something. The effect is already there. So this effect that you're seeing here is very rich. You can see that there is grains, there is the bloom, there is those kind of different features that come in place. We have features such as the color profile, the film profiles that you see. Which camera is it adopting that film profile from? So you will be able to see there is those color heads that come in at play. There is the film grain, the organic film grain. You know, you wanted also to do that historical kind of history video that you'd like to have that. Maybe it's a documentary you're editing, so you use that. There is the elation and bloom. I don't know what that means until now, but it's really giving you that film kind of effect. I know, Dehancer, you're really going too hard with these film terminologies. You know, we're in that digital age, but you're taking us to that, you know, soften the language a little bit. Anyway, the elation and bloom, for people who've really worked on film sets, you already understand how that is. The print options is also coming in, so it's not that destructive grain actually. It's really just there to enhance different kind of things. So on these features, once you've already dragged your Dehancer Pro over that adjustment layer, you'll be able to see that. One more thing, I'll just go back so you can be able to see, be able to just go back. So this one is the Dehancer Pro version 7 that you're seeing here is already licensed. If your plugin is not licensed, this is what you do. So you just come here and then you'll see that it's having that watermark. You've already paid, you have the license, you have all those things. So you need to ensure that you remove that watermark, and this is how you remove the watermark. Apply that effect there and then go to the media file and then go under Dehancer. Just find here, you see that grain version 5, and then find the license info. So when you come to this license info, there is another window that will open. So you'll see this kind of a window. It was taking me time to set it up, but we've done it already. So once you have that kind of a window, the window is like this. So you have to sign in with your email and password, and then you'll be able to activate that license. So once it's already done, you'll be able to see exactly what you can be able to do with that. Okay, so let me just continue. So you've already activated, then it will automatically remove that watermark, and it will look like the one you have over here. It will not have any watermark. Now here is what you have as features. So when, for example, you use Dehancer Pro version 7, you have to just ensure that you know the camera that you're using. So it's already collapsed, so I just opened it up so you can be able to see what's under there. You need to select you on rec which camera you're using. So you go there as at the source, select the camera. So I'm using which camera, the brand, this was shot on Sony, and then you see once you pick the camera, it already starts doing those kinds of changes. So because this one was an FX30 Cineline, so you'll be able to see that it's already giving you that S-Log, which kind of S-Log that you used. So I'm going to put the Cine one, and you'll see that there is really nothing much that is happening, because all of these are the same category of S-Log with slightly minor changes. So we have that. You will realize that the terminologies that they are using have exposure, composition, temperature comp, tilt comp, all these, the fringe. These are classic cinema terminologies that if you do not understand, then you're going to have really challenges to work on it. And then, so once you've already selected the camera that you want, below here we have the film profile that you can be able to go through. And there is a huge array of film profiles that you can choose just to start with. And then once you choose those profiles, you'll just manually adjust. If you don't want to apply any film profile, you just uncheck that, and then it will be able to, you can be able to do something else. And you understand that film grains are applied on the film because of high ISO. When your ISO is too high, then you start getting that film grain, and that is the organic way. They've just tried to mimic that and put it with that kind of an effect over here. The bloom, I didn't really understand what bloom is, but I know with time, when we really use this application, then we'll be able to do that. Have film damage, so super, is it 35 mm, is it 16 mm? So all these features are there. They are for professional filmmakers if you're really doing this kind of a thing. Film breadth, get weave, conversion, overscan, ultra, all these are there. Now, what I even actually loved the most about this plugin is that it not only gives you this, actually, you see, it's time actually. You need to ensure that once you've done that, you can be able to work on, you see, this is temperature. So usually how we used to do color grading is we come to the clip, and then this clip, we select it, and then come to this section here, where we are having the color board, you have the color wheel, whichever you want to use, and then you just start playing with it, the exposure, you want to do all this. And it was really a manual process, really tiresome. You have to understand exactly what the output is before and it's really tiresome. But you see, with this kind of a plugin, which is just, you have to select the profile that you use, the camera that you use as the source, select the profile that you want to apply on, and then you can be able to move on to the next thing that you want to do. So it's really, really important, because it's making life easier for us as filmmakers. We can be able to do a lot with this kind of a technology, simply because it's enhancing the features. And let me show you something else. This is just one of it. I'll just duplicate this and get another adjustment layer on top of it. And then let's say I want to do a documentary transition, or just to show that history kind of it. There is those film reels that you want to overlay on top. When you come here, and then you come to this Dehancer breath, and then you come to it, go to the media section, you'll be able to see that already you have the film breath, that reel that we usually overlay when you're trying to show some historical events that were happening, or maybe we're just showing some slideshow of certain documentary b-rolls that we want to put. So we use that so very often, and we have to just download it on Envato element. So we download it and then we start overlaying, and then we start giving the blend mode. You have to do that. But here with this plugin, it's already installed for you. So once you overlay that, you see, you can be able to see that it's there, and it's actually mimicking how the film reel was actually working. So this is 35 mm. You can choose 65 mm. You can choose a different mm's. So get with it also changes. Film damage, it also changes, but this is where it's also important. Now we are on super 35 mm. Can we go to ultra 16 mm? You see what happens. If we go to super 16 mm, you see what happens. So the varieties are there, and when you combine these with the color bands, you combine with risers and swoosh and those kind of sound effects, it brings that kind of a richness in that kind of a thing. Except for the titles, which are really technical titles. The wordings, you want to do this, you can you imagine just explaining to your modern day film just creators, not those old guys, guys like me who are film directors. You're explaining them about the bloom and those kind of things. They're like, what is bloom? So those terminologies are slightly confusing. Apart from that, the tool actually makes the work easy if you spend more time, because really I was to make this video like 3 weeks ago, but just I wanted to really learn and apply all these things and just get that gist of it. And all these tools, I only activated 3 of them. I think 4 of them, 3 or 4, 3 of them. So when I apply, I activated them and I was using it and see just what really it feels like to use this plugin. It's really, really amazing, and I think it's a tool that you shouldn't regret having in as one of the subscriptions or investment that you put in your project. So, and just a reminder, if you're going for the Cinema Safari Africa Film Festival that is happening this year in November 2025 to December 2025 for 5 weeks, visiting 5 different cities and locations in Nairobi, in Kenya, not Nairobi alone, but in Kenya, and making film every single week, this plugin is going to help you. And I suggest that you apply and you subscribe to this, because it will make your videos even much cinematic. Yeah, don't just make videos and edit and color grade with the basic way, color wheels and looking for that pinpointing and white balance things. Use this plugin. It's going to make you make your work much better. Whichever software that you're using to edit your videos, except CapCut. So you can be able to actually do this, experience this output, experience this rich software, rich flexible color grading techniques that any other Hollywood film like output will be like. Many thanks to the Dehancer team for giving me that opportunity to go through your plugin and give my honest review as a video editor. I believe this plugin is going to make our work easier, and just we can't really say much about it. Of course, it comes at a budget, at a cost, but it's really making our work easier to ensure that the quality of the video that we give out is reaching that nice output in terms of color grading. Also, thank you everyone for watching this video, and see you in the next one.